Hello everybody, Tweeterman here. I don't know why I felt like doing an intro, but it is what it is. Well, you guys have been very patient for a 3DS review, and a lot of you guys have been wondering why it took so long. Well, to be honest, it feels like the 3DS, as of right now, is an incomplete product, and, I wanted to wait and, see if they gave it the things that we're waiting for the 3DS so far. I'll get into all that. But it's been almost 3 weeks since the unboxing, so I think we're going to have to just review this thing as it is. So, yeah, you've seen it already. It's got the joystick there, control pad underneath there, large wide screen, and of course the ability to have it 3D, which the camera is not going to pick it up, but you do see the screen shift a little bit as I move the 3D depth slider. So, how is the 3DS overall? It's good, but you might want to wait. Again, I'll get into all that. So this is the home screen that you see when you first open up or boot up the DS. Kind of like the Wii, where you've got channels. A friend just signed in online, apparently. Okay. Yeah, you could look at your friends list there. You get notifications. And this link is for a web browser, which isn't available yet. That's kind of like strike number one. So, I'm not saying the original DS had an internet browser when it first came out. Not saying the DSi... Wait. I can't even remember if the DSi had a web browser when it first came out. That's what you get for doing research before you start recording, huh? So yeah, it says the internet browser will come through a later software update. Which, me personally, I don't mind that because, I've got an Android phone, I've got a computer, I've got a laptop, and the Acer netbook. So I don't really need a web browser on here, but I know a lot of people who use DSi's, even original DS's, as primary web browsers because, you could take it wherever you go. That's one little major thing, oxymoron, or contradiction, rather. Another thing, too, Nintendo has advertised the fact that they will have that they will have an eShop where you can download, additional software like what's on the DSi now. Also, they're going to give you the ability to download kind of like a virtual console on the Wii. They're going to have older Game Boy games on here that you can download, probably a few other things as well. But the thing is, that's not available yet either. In fact, if you go into the settings, I'll show you here. A software update was pushed out to this soon after I got it, but I couldn't really find a change log. Like right now it's 1.1.0. So I don't know what the difference... Out of the box it was 1.0.0. So I don't know what Nintendo changed. Let's see here. Where is it? System transfer. Yeah, they're going to give you the ability to have it where if you've purchased software on the DSi, you could transfer it from your DSi to here, so you don't have to re-download it and repay for it when the eShop comes. But again, it's something you'll have to wait for a system update. Also, I think there was one more thing. I have like a screen protector thing on it. I like how the circle pad and the bottom screen seem to make a mark on the top screen. That's kind of like one of the first things I do when I get a new portable console. You gotta have a screen protector on it. I think it was in Download Play. No, I'm trying to remember. There was something else. Maybe I'm just going crazy. Well, alright, so we've talked about what it doesn't have. Okay, so let's talk about what it does have so far. As of right now, I only have 2 games. This is another thing that makes the 3DS feel incomplete. The game library. Holy cow. Alright, I've got 2 games right now. I've got Pilot Wings, and I've got Monkey Ball. I've also played Street Fighter, and I've seen a lot of videos from all the other games. Like I've seen Ridge Racer, another racing game. Steel Diver, I think. Steel Dive, something like that. Rayman, I'm not a fan of Rayman. Street Fighter, I'm not really a fighting game person. I'm never good at them either. All I do is just mash buttons until I hopefully win, or usually it ends up in a loss. The 3DS cartridges, they're exactly the same as an original DS cart, but Nintendo did come out with a super awesome, super high-tech way to make sure you can't put a 3DS cart in an original DS. They put a plastic tab on it, so you can't put it in an original DS system. Ultra high-tech, anti-backwards compatibility protection there. So, yeah, the games library, I don't even think there's 15 games yet. Oh yeah, there's also Nintendogs plus Cats. I'm not gonna play Nintendogs. I'm not gonna buy that. So, I'll play Pilot Wings for now, for the sake of the review. Pilot Wings, it's not bad, but the thing is, the game is way too short, especially for $40. There's a mission mode where you complete certain objectives in different vehicles. You've got an airplane, jetpack, and a hand glider. You go through different things. You might have to go through rings, or you might have to land the plane perfectly to complete the mission. But that's the problem. Other than the free flight mode, where you go around and you try to find all the balloons and you try to fly through all the rings that are hidden around on the island, that's it. That's all there is to this game. Imagine a game like Mario Kart DS, where you've got the Grand Prix time trials, the Wi-Fi multiplayer, the local multiplayer, and the mission mode. Now imagine a game that's at least $5 more, and it's just the mission mode. There you go. That's Pilot Wings for you. Great game, but it really needs more. You've got different categories of the missions here. Each category has at least 6, usually 9 missions altogether. The diamond one is 3. You get that after you get platinum. Yeah, I 3-starred everything. If you get the red around it, that means that's perfect, and you got a perfect score on the mission. I'm not going to try for that, because that's going to drive me insane. But I gotta say, the graphics on the 3DS are amazing. And the 3D is nice, but the thing is, I find it being where I might start off the game in 3D, and then I don't really get a headache or anything like that from it. But what annoys me is the horrible viewing angle. You have to keep this thing, centered perfectly at all times. You can't tilt it, or you will lose the 3D, and you'll start to see double, and sometimes it can screw up your game. So, if I'm doing like a really hard mission, and I'm in 3D, and I tilt it slightly, it screws me up, because all of a sudden you really can't see what you're doing, since you're seeing doubles of everything. So the 3D, you do have to look at it directly. It is pretty cool to see. You really should see it in person. Like, I know they have it on display at like GameStop and Best Buy. But yeah, and yeah, you press the home button, it like suspends the software, but you can't really do anything else on the system without unsuspending the suspended software and closing it. So like, I think if I go into, close the suspended software and launch, so I don't really understand what's the point of suspending it. I think, they'll let you go into like your friends list and stuff. Oh, by the way, if you want to add my 3DS to your roster of friends, there you go, that's my friend code. So you can leave a comment down below with your friend code, and I'll try to add you as soon as possible. So, unfortunately, Nintendo is still doing the friend code thing, but, yeah, if you want to add me, there you go. So we'll close that. And Pilot Wing should still be suspended. Yeah, it is still suspended. So we'll hit X to, X to close it. Closing. Alright, let's try Monkey Ball. Monkey Ball, it's Monkey Ball. But this game has, honestly, even less stuff to do. You've got the 8 worlds with 10 levels in each world. They're ridiculously easy. I mean, the arcade games are way harder than this. And there's also other mini games like Monkey Fight, which is lame, and the racing part of it too, where, Monkey Race. There's different tracks, and you race around in go-karts. There's no point. The Monkey Race is so glitchy. I've had it happen where the first time I played it, in the first level I was in, it was some carnival level, and there was like hills. I had it happen twice in one race, where my cart just fell through the floor. Like, physics glitch, or just, lazy programming. I fell through the floor, literally twice, into like a gray void. So, I don't know. I like the Monkey Ball franchise in general. It's a fun game. I like the arcade style of just, straight from start to finish. And the circle pad works really nice. It's, like I said, it's a lot better in my unboxing. Like I said, it's a lot better than the PSP's joystick. It's a lot more fluid. It slides a lot more easier. a lot more easier. And it's overall very fun to control, and with this particular game you could also play the game with the motion controls if you like, kind of like an iPod Touch, but what's the point when you have something like this? Physical controls for the win. So let's go ahead and exit that. So we'll talk a little bit more about the software now. I briefly covered those two games. Get those out of the way. And of course there are the augmented reality games, where you use the cards that the system comes with, and you can do different things. For the most part, you'll probably be using this card. This is the card that the game looks at the most. You've also got these character cards where you can hold them up to the camera, and the characters on the cards will appear on the screen, and you can take a picture and save it to the gallery. So go ahead and open AR games. Wait for that. There we go. What is kind of annoying is that every time you start AR games, you have to go through this whole thing, like, let's get out your AR card, put on a flat surface, well-lit area, blah, 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 14 inches away. You know, I understand that it does have to see the card to get started, but I do find it kind of annoying that it walks, you know, holds your hand through it every time. It's like, okay, you know, gone through this before. Oh, I gotta go farther away. There we go. You're probably not going to be wanting to take photographs with these cameras, to be honest. The 3D is nice when you take a picture of something. The 3D effect is there in the photo you just took, and it's kind of nice. But I don't even think these cameras are a megapixel. Yeah. I know they're not 1.3. I think they're just VGA resolution, 640 by 480. So you're not going to be replacing your digital camera with it, that's for sure. Yeah, it's different games. Archery, fishing. Your desk environment actually becomes a lake, and you use the motion sensor to fish for fish. I'll try the archery. It might be hard to film this only because it does require some movement of the 3DS, so we'll see how well this turns out on camera. Oh, where'd you go? There's targets. The augmented reality is pretty cool, I gotta admit. Get this one here. And there's one more in the hole. I'll bring you guys with me. Wait. Hold it with this hand, and I can hit the A button. There we go. Got it. So there's different levels, and for the most part, you just try to see how fast you can beat all of these levels straight all the way through. And you can unlock a second game which has more levels. We'll go ahead and hit start to exit that. Hold it up. AR card can't be read. I think I need some light here. It should be fine for the sake of this. I'll go to star picks, because then we can hold the character cards up and have the characters show up on the cards. And there he is. Yeah, he's telling us, let's try putting a character card down. And again, he says this every time, so can be quite redundant. Get the Mario card. Yeah. Did I just hear Kirby? I mean, I know it plays that sound when you hold up a Kirby card, but did the game actually think I was holding up a Kirby card for a second there? Yeah, I don't have too good a lighting here right now, so at least not in front of the 3DS anyway. Well, we heard the Kirby song, so we might as well bring him up too. Yeah, there's Kirby. And yeah, you could press either the L or R button, you could take a picture of it like this. I've seen some cool YouTube videos where people have drawn or blown up the picture of the AR cards onto like a giant poster, and you get giant augmented reality characters. It's kind of cool. Alright, so we'll go ahead and exit that then. That's it for the most part. Again, it's really something you got to see in person, though. It's seen it on camera in a video, I don't think it really does it justice. And there's this other game called Face Raiders, another augmented reality game where you take a picture of your own face with the front-facing camera there, and then your face becomes all the enemies in the augmented reality world, and you shoot them down with the A button, and it's pretty cool because there's, you know, effects with them going through the wall and stuff. Don't know if I could demonstrate this very well on camera, but we'll try. Play. I gotta get a picture of me. There's me behind the camera. Oh, pardon me. Put a face in the frame. I think the lights in the back are screwing up. Move closer. Alright, hold on. My face is in the frame. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. It's pretty cool how it actually changes your face with that one picture you took to show like anger or happiness. It's got like the mouth open and stuff now. See, they come through the walls, and you don't want to let them break through the walls too much, then I think the game is over. The more direct of a shot you get, the more points you get. Ooh, one just kissed the screen. Oh, I'm taking damage up there. Shoot him down, shoot him down. Shoot me down. Yeah, oh, they're breaking through the walls now. Yeah, so it's kind of fun, but again, it's something you really gotta see in person. This review's not gonna do it justice. And it does have the full-on Mii support, so, you know, you can make some Miis on here. It has the QR code technology, too, where you can have it output a QR code and have that be your, one of your Miis on your 3DS. Let me see if... Yeah, I watched Ashen's review of the 3DS, so I got his Nosy Bonk Mii that he made, and there's mine. I haven't really made a lot yet. Let's see here. Yes, you could scan the QR code for a Mii and get a Mii out of it. I'm going to see if maybe I could put the picture of my Mii's QR code in this review so you could take a picture and you could have your very own Tweeterman on your 3DS. Woohoo! Yeah, that would be everybody's dream, I think. Alright, so we'll close that. And, yes, other typical stuff on here, just like what came on the DSi. Sound maker, you take pictures. The Street Pass, where you can leave your 3DS in sleep mode, and if you walk past somebody else who's got their 3DS in sleep mode, you'll exchange Miis, and yeah, there's a whole, actually, RPG game built into Street Pass where, here, I'll open it and show you. So that's the thing, it's like, the 3DS comes incomplete, but they include all these little games in the system, which is kind of nice. Does it even it out? Maybe to a certain extent. Play. Puzzle Swap. I never played Puzzle Swap yet. Find Me. Hire a hero. So when you leave your 3DS in sleep mode, the pedometer counts steps, and I think it's like every 100 steps you get a play coin. And you can purchase heroes for play coins, and the more heroes you have, the better chance you have of fighting off the enemies that you could ultimately rescue yourself at the very end of the game. There, I just hired a cat. Level 2 Wandering Hero. Okay. We'll just hire one for the purpose of this review. Yeah. I was captured, and I'm stuck in a cage. I'm probably going to lose this battle since I only bought one hero. Oh, looks like they're already weakened. I turn the volume up. The speakers on this thing aren't that bad. It goes pretty loud. I'll just attack him with the sword. Attack him. Yep, I fled. And I only had one hero, so I would have wanted to come to the battle with like 3, maybe 4 heroes. But you gotta keep walking around to collect more coins. So it's like a whole RPG game that's already built into the system. So, honestly, it's to the point where, although it's incomplete with stuff like lack of a web browser or an eShop, you can buy a 3DS with no games, and you could be, you know, quite entertained with what comes on it already. So there's that. Also, it does have the full compatibility for original DS games. A lot of people complain that when you put an original DS game in there, the picture quality isn't as good. Well, that can't really be helped because the original DS's screens, both the top screen, obviously, because it's widescreen, and the touch screen are both a much lower resolution. So when the 3DS is blowing up the picture of the DS software to the 3DS screen, it's going to look pixelated, and honestly, it's not worth complaining about because there's not much you can do about it. That's science for you. So there is an option where you can hold down a certain button combination. I think it's L and R or something. I don't remember. No, it can't be because let's take a picture. You hold down a certain button combination when you start a DS game, and it'll play it at the original resolution. But the downside is you get like a big black border around the edge of the game and on the bottom too. So, take your choice. So, just thought I'd mention that as well. One more thing about the 3DS. You probably noticed I've got a big bulge on the bottom of the 3DS. That is because the battery life on the 3DS, whoo boy, the battery life on the 3DS is horrible. I've tried having the wireless off. You lower the screen brightness, you play it on 3D mode a lot less, but the battery life is just horrible. You're lucky if you can get 4 hours of playtime out of a full charge, to be perfectly honest with you. That's why Nintendo included that charging base to make it easier to charge, but the bad battery life is why I went and bought the Nyko extended battery that I was mentioning during my unboxing video. It's really nice. You take the hold-back cover off the 3DS, take out the stock battery, and the battery is built into this, so it's the battery and the back cover in one. Screw it on, and there's your extended battery. You can also buy the compatible charging dock, because when you put the extended battery on, the charging dock that comes with the 3DS will no longer work because it won't fit anymore. So you get the Nyko charging dock that hits those contacts there and charges it that way. This is an amazing accessory. I'd highly recommend it. You can buy the extended battery and the charging base separately for $30. I mean separate from the 3DS, but they come together in a bundle for $30. I would definitely recommend it because I've been able to get, with this power pack, about 8 hours of playtime, at least. If I have everything like full brightness and the 3D's, full on 100%, I can get at least 7 hours out of it. So it's an accessory I'd highly recommend. And the stylus too. I forget if I showed this in the unboxing or not. The stylus is nice because it doesn't feel like such a cheap piece of plastic anymore. Plus it telescopes to make it really long and comfortable to hold. I just hate where it is. I miss on the DS Lite where it was right on the side and you could just grab it that way. So, in a nutshell, that is the 3DS. In conclusion, really, great system, but the question you're probably wondering for yourself is, should you buy it? My recommendation is this: if you don't have any DS of any kind right now, buy this, because you've got the backwards compatibility and you have enough to keep yourself entertained. If you already have a DS system and you're thinking about this, I would wait until at least till the summertime when they have more games released. Like they have the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake coming out in June, I believe. The current rumor for the Mario games like Super Mario 3D and Mario Kart 3DS, maybe they'll be out in August or September, at least in America anyway, I don't know. So wait if you already have a DS, but if you don't have a DS of any kind, get it because it'll have the backwards compatibility. So that is the 3DS review. I was finally able to review it. And thanks for watching.